Ah, yes. Gentlemen, welcome to the SLOB show. That's 2 weeks in a row. We made it. We did
The
it.
record has been set. The record has been set.
We did it. 2 weeks in a row. They didn't think it would happen. They thought something would happen where either I fell asleep, someone didn't show up, we forgot. No. We're back. It's what is it? Let's see. Tuesday, 3:03.
That is a classic Abe excuse. Sorry, bro. I dozed off.
Exactly.
Because I thought we were supposed to do so-and-so today. Oh, yeah, man. I fell asleep. Sorry.
Because I am not used to doing podcasts consecutively, when Abe sent me the text, I was like, oh, that's right. We are doing a podcast today. It's Tuesday.
That's right. Just remember now, if you're watching this, listening, you could count on us to be here every Tuesday at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Central Standard Time.
That's right. 2 o'clock or 3. Wait, 3 o'clock, right?
Right. That's right. 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central.
I promise we'll be here every Tuesday at 3 o'clock. We've done it twice. Hey, all you could do is start out, right? We've done it twice now, right? We're 2 for 2.
Now it's a thing.
Roker, there is 1 week where you said you're like getting like 7 more COVID shots or something. What did you say?
Well, no, I've got my first like in office doctor's appointment in over a year.
And when's that again?
A couple of weeks. That's in 2 weeks, like the first Tuesday in May.
Okay, so Base and I will just be here for that one. But guess what?
One of your groupies is online, Abe, already.
Oh, that's my mom. Look at that.
Oh, okay.
The original groupie.
We all had bacon last week. Roker, that bacon talk was really the talk of the town, as one would say.
It's a solid play.
Everyone's
talking. A solid play. It really is.
Now I've yet to find a buffet now with bacon. I guess I just haven't gone early enough, but I've been on the lookout.
Well, it's that breakfast thing, like a brunch or breakfast salad bar is what we're looking for here.
Right.
And I guess we're always working or not around at the time. So, look at even Vito. Vito's even excited. 2 weeks in a row. Nice.
2 weeks in a row. Yep.
No one trusts us to come every
even
week.
Vito was doubting us. He was doubting us. He's like,
he's late.
Stick around until 3:05. Yeah.
Exactly. No one thought would happen. Well, hey, let's kick it off with this, Base. I'd like to kick it off. Now, before we end the show, what we're going to do every week is give you the meal that we're most ashamed of for the week. We each have a meal that, we eat a lot of meals that we're ashamed of, but there was a certain one that we each picked that said, man, this made me feel sick to my stomach. I feel awful about myself as a human. I shouldn't be eating like this. We'll talk about that later.
Actually, I believe the preface that you're trying to get to is that this is called the SLOB show, and we're going to announce a meal this week that we're actually really embarrassed about.
Exactly. Like even a normal slob would be sick to their stomach. But Base,
this show on its own is embarrassing, let alone we're going to go a little deeper.
That's correct. But I want to start out, Base, and this isn't even Base. The reason why I brought that up is this isn't even Base's disgusting meal. Base, he turned 40 or 41 this week, right? Happy birthday, Base.
Thank you.
And that's because you were held back or something one year?
You always bring this up.
No, but I'm saying, because you
wait a minute. What does being held back have to do with?
I know. Look, we just move on to the next.
No, because Base and I are the same. Like we graduated college the same year, but I turned 40 this year. So
in kindergarten, I was a little
he was one of those.
They held me back a year.
Yeah. What's that, Roger?
So he was 18. He was one of those 18-year-olds senior year of high school.
In freshman year of high school, I had the car.
Exactly.
No, freshman year of high school, you're already driving.
I had the car. And it wasn't like I was just driving. I had a car.
Base was the one buying cigarettes for all the kids senior year.
Actually, I was.
That's right.
In fact, a good buddy of mine, his parents thought that I was a big drug dealer because at the time I had a pager. And I was literally just going to different people and selling them cigarettes. I had to go buy cigarettes for people. They thought I was a drug dealer.
And his voice was like 2 octaves lower than anybody else.
I got busted after the third time I tried to call a buddy out for being sick. This is Mr. Smith. My son Nick's not going to come in. All right, Dan, we know you. We saw you today at school. We know exactly how deep your voice is.
Hey Nick, who's that pedophile? That old pedophile that you hang out with every day that buys you cigarettes? Oh, that's my friend Dan.
Who's the bald guy buying everybody Parliaments?
Yeah, already bald, beard.
Actually,
the freshman.
Base could actually thank me. If it wasn't for me, Base wouldn't have this beautiful look that he has today. I'm the one, when he was like in his early 20s, I told him to shave his head. I'm like, Base, trust me on this.
Well, it's one of those things where in your 20s and your hair is starting to recede, you're trying your best to go, maybe nobody notices yet. And usually, 9 times out of 10, you have friends that won't say anything to you. Not Abe Cannon. Abe just said, and just normally, your hair looks like shit. You should shave it.
Yeah. He's like,
and I went, so it doesn't.
The one from the Golden Girls. He just says what's on his mind. Yeah.
It's just a running, like the all the inner thoughts that go on in people's heads. Abe it just comes out. It prints.
It just comes out.
You even told me you're the I forgot what, we won't even bring up what you were sending around, but you sent around something that you did, and like you sent me reactions from all your other friends. They're like, "This is awesome," and I'm like, "Well, here's a couple thoughts on how to fix it."
But you know what? To be honest, whenever I present anything to Abe, it's like I gotta say to myself, "Buckle up! It can get really bad."
Well, if you want honest, I like honest critiques and criticism.
No. And I appreciate you because the critiques I get from you are the things I cannot get from my wife, and they're things I cannot get from other people that are people like to in the society that we live in. We deem to protect feelings, not Abe. Abe sees it as not only, and it's not even one of those things where you're like, if you mess up, Abe's corrected me, and now I feel better. Rest assured that every single friend that he and I have in common will get a separate text message of how I messed something up, and it'll come back again.
Oh, you mean side shit talking threads?
Oh God, yes. It just opens a whole new category.
Well, let me ask you this, and you guys can be. I won't be offended. Do you and Roker have a thread talking shit about me, a side thread?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I don't have one with either one of you guys talking shit about the other one.
No. No, sure. Yeah. How many side threads do you have? It's not for you. It's not do you have a side thread. It's how many side threads.
Abe has every dimension covered for every group of friends he has. There's side threads of side threads.
But Roker, I don't talk. I actually don't talk shit about you.
About me.
God, Roker's disgusting. I can't believe he did that. Claire, can you? So anyway, so Base went now, guys. Can we agree that the three of us are going to go to Fogo de Chão one day soon?
Yes.
I'd like for that to be.
I have what appears to be a pretty solid hookup.
Well, I don't want to get anything for free because I'll feel bad then. Then it's like you owe them
that's
something.
But a big difference between you and me.
I don't feel bad for anything.
I don't feel bad about it at all. You were teasing last week that you knew the manager or assistant manager. So I was going to ask you if you did indeed get a hook.
Oh, I got hooked up to the 9. It was free dessert, free appetizers, and they gave us they paid for one of the meals. So there's 2 dinners that were charged. He paid for one of them.
Damn.
The bill was only good.
That's good.
Damn,
That's
Base.
I know. I almost felt bad that I ditched and didn't pay anything.
Now, what did you tip on that, Base, on that $70 meal?
It was $70.
It looked like it was from.
What's that, Roker?
I was going to ask if you got that Stephen King cheesecake dessert. Like it's strawberry sauce, but it looks like it's like from the movie Carrie or something.
I did not. I got a caramel cheesecake, which was really good, and one of those chocolate lava. I love those molten lava cakes, whatever.
Old school.
I think it was $70. I think I tipped $50. I went
that's pretty good.
What it was totaled anyway.
Good.
So
Yeah, that's
that's
good. Yeah, nice.
That sounds about right. So
the nice thing is about Fogo is that they give you like almost like a little mini iPad, like an iPad, and so it gives you like
they do that now.
Way to pay. Yeah.
Man,
it was nice.
Well, let's kick it off with this. Now, a certain thing that the three of us do at Fogo is we call it the pit stop. Now, what I'll do is I'll fill up on everything. You get a card, right? It's green on one side, red on the other.
Actually, no, now it's not.
Oh, what?
Because of the COVID. Which
Yes,
is
tell me about the protocol differences now because of COVID.
The protocol difference is now the salad bar is the same, except you got to go one way. You can't just like go in any way. There's an entrance and exit. And now it kind of stinks this way. There is no card. So no matter where you are with your meal, they will some guy with a skewer will come up to you and try to slice the meat on your plate. So even if like at one point I had no plates, just napkins and waiting for my tip. And the guy with the bone and ribeye came, and I'm like, take a look, man. I got nothing.
Oh, wait, hang on. Justin.
Well, I don't understand. How does that not spread COVID? By you not having the green, red card.
I have no idea.
They still have the salad bar. They still have everybody. Yeah.
Whoa, fellas. Hang on, guys. Whoa, guys, hit the brakes. We have to end this story immediately. Justin Johnson. Oh, here we go with the pit stop story for the 100th time. Hey, Justin, there's a lot of new Slob Show listeners. We're rebooting the Slob Show. They might not know about the pit stop. This is one of the greatest things ever. Okay, Justin, never mind. Let's just sit here quiet, fellas.
Wow.
I'm joking. So
Justin, you already pissed off Abe. Yeah. We're not even 10 minutes into it.
I like that Justin too. I know he's a good guy. That's what I know of him so far. But anyways, so here's the pit stop. You fill up until you can't breathe till you're about to throw up. But then you go in the bathroom, you drop off, and then you come back for round 2.
Yes.
So
I'm sorry, you drop off. You drop some kids off at the pool.
Exactly. Yeah, and then because when Roker, you've seen me.
Or when somebody told me, let me ask you guys this, because you guys are base, you're white, and Abe, you're exotic. So you may travel in these circles.
Yeah.
Somebody once said to me, I'm dropping the Cosbys off at the pool.
Yeah, that's racist if we say
that.
And I had never heard that before. But is that like commonplace commonplace among white folks and exotics?
Oh, yes.
It's about 3-4 years ago.
3-4?
Oh,
I've been here.
Now it's in bad taste. Is that what you're saying?
Now to say anything named Cosby in it is bad taste.
Well, not Cosby. It's about the racism of the whole statement.
No, I know, but I'm just saying nothing about the name Cosby is doing anybody any
Roker,
good.
It's hilarious that you bring that up because obviously, since you're black, people don't want. Oh, look, I got a call. Since you're a black dude, I never even thought about that. People don't come up to you and make that racist comment. I've been hearing that since I was like
I've never heard of it until I was about 45 years old. It's like the first time I ever heard it.
That's something that kids used to say in grade school, high school. I heard that all the time. That kind of there used to be mass racism when we were kids,
and it was just like effortless.
Oh, thank God it's all gone now.
Oh yeah.
There's also Take the Browns to the Super Bowl, which is just a football reference, but it doesn't sound good either.
You've heard that, right, Roker?
I've heard that one, but that one's not racist.
No, it doesn't sound good, but it's not racist.
Yeah, because the Cosbys can only mean one thing, and it means a racist.
Yeah, exactly.
Something very racist.
Exactly.
So, anyways, so the key here is that you drop off, then you come back out like this, acting like you were on a major call, like some kind of major business call, and you say, "Oh, wait, hang on, guys." I'm with 2 of my colleagues right now. Let's close that deal later because you don't want anyone to know that you were embarrassingly in the bathroom for 40 minutes.
Right.
So yeah.
Let me tell you
That's
that
how you do it.
The halftime show is how Abe and I would refer to it as, is only a trick that I could do with you, Abe. Like if I'm out with my wife and I'm gone for 45 minutes into the bathroom and try to come back and refuel up the food, I'm pretty sure she'd punch me in the face.
That's
the
only reason you guys can do it with each other is because you guys are the only 2 who will continue eating.
Well,
if you were to do that with a normal person, you're going to be eating an hour after they're just going to be sitting there.
It has to be done incongruent with somebody who's hip to it too.
Yeah,
right.
And usually the base is very nice to let me take the first run.
Got to be done. It's got to get done.
So you'll both take a run. You'll both do it. So you end up having so it's more like the first period and the second period intermission.
That's
That's
correct.
a halftime show.
Well,
That's right.
but here's the thing about Abe is that I know exactly that after the first Abe has to drop a deuce pretty much every 20 minutes on the clock, no matter where we are. So I know if I space it out just enough, within 20 minutes, Abe will have already gone to the bathroom, and I can position myself in there. And even after I'm done, they'll be like, all right, it's my turn again. So there's about 3 or 4 that Abe gets done, but I can just do the one.
That's correct. Well, Roker, you saw it at the Sterling Brunch Buffet in Vegas. I mean, I was in the bathroom, 45 minutes later?
At least 45 minutes.
Wait, was that the one
where I called him?
Was that the one where Abe was in the bathroom for 45 minutes only to remember that he was in the women's bathroom?
No, that's a different story.
No, but that was the same trip.
That was a different buffet. That was a different buffet on the same trip.
That was a different buffet
That's
on
my
the same
favorite
trip.
one of them all.
So hang on. Let's go through this whole trip. So Roker and I first. Okay, let me start here, Roker. So you and I were on a mission I was on a mission to get free lobster. Now Roker told me, "Oh, every buffet in Vegas gives you free lobster." I said, "That's not true, Roker." I said, "I've been to many buffets. I've never received free, like all you can eat lobster."
Without paying for it, I've never been to anything like that either.
Okay, so Roker then tells me how great the Rio buffet is, right? He's like, "This is the best buffet," and it was the shittiest.
By the way, it's gone downhill. I won't be going to the Rio buffet again. It's really, really gone downhill. Very sad.
So that
used to be a fantastic buffet.
That time you and I went there was the first time it was downhill, I guess, right?
Because it was not the same.
Okay,
but they used to have a buffet and a seafood buffet and all kinds of stuff, and it used to be great, and it just went downhill.
Roker, yeah, Wendy, we're getting to that. We're getting actually to the Sterling Brunch Buffet. That's where they did have the all-you-can-eat lobster. We'll get there in 1 second. But Roker, so you and I are at the Rio buffet. Roker. I hate the way Roker is in a buffet though, because he eats dumb things. Like he was eating egg drop soup. Like what? Like what was that?
No, it was probably it was wonton soup, probably,
or whatever, some kind of soup that you were like, why?
I like wonton soup.
In a buffet?
Wonton soup is a tasty soup. I gotta admit, out of all the soups you can go, wonton's not a terrible look.
Hey,
There's 3 things on a buffet I'll never do. I will never ever get anything with the word salmon or tuna, no salad bar, and no soup.
No salad bar.
No stuff. Because every time you hear people getting sick, what'd you get sick on? The salad bar.
Yeah.
Because that has like the lettuce always has like salmonella. There's always like something with the potatoes. Anybody that gets like salmonella in this world is eating like a bad piece of
salmonella. Well, Roker. So you're eating this wonton soup, wasting time, and you're getting you get like a full plate 7 times, right? You like to try everything, you say, right? Was that your statement?
Well, I say, and I told you this, I'm like, if you're at a buffet, like a Vegas buffet or something, and you don't like it, don't eat it. A lot of people feel like, oh, I put it on my plate, I'm obligated to eat this now. Or, they don't want to push a nearly full plate off to the side, think they don't care. It's going right into the garbage. They do not care. So if you get like some pizza, a few slices of pizza or something on your plate, you take a bite, you're like, oh, this pizza sucks. Don't eat it.
There is an old wives' tale. There is an old wives' tale. I don't know where it comes from because it's never happened to me. That if you have too much on your plate, you don't eat it, that they charge you more. And I've never actually.
No, that's only at sushi buffets if you don't finish the sushi.
I've never had anybody charge me too much because I had
no. But Roker,
it's taken me years of trial and error to figure this out. You see what you like, what you might like. You put that on your first plate, and then you try it. You see and then what you don't like, you don't eat, and then what you do like, then you go back and you get a lot of.
I do agree with you. The second round is always the greatest hits. The first round is a little bit. I think I like this. I think I like that. I definitely am gonna like that. I'll try this. But the second round is like, all right, all the lobster tails and shrimp and all the crab legs.
Second round. That's my first.
Don't fill up on mashed potatoes and bread or any of that stuff. That's what they're trying to get you to fill up on that stuff.
Yeah. Well, Roker. So that is a great tip though, because you're right. You said if you don't like it, don't eat it. So you'll have 7 to 10 plates in front of you, at a buffet and you don't care. You have no shame. See, I'm embarrassed to have that many plates.
Well, it does tick me off. It is bad when you put the plate off to the side and they don't, and you go get another plate and they haven't picked that plate up from the side.
Yeah.
Because they're like, that's a full plate. They're like,
They
that's a full plate.
They must be busy, right? Then you finish off your second plate, put it on top of the first plate, go get another one, come back, and they still haven't picked up those plates off the side. So now you're on your plate with 2 plates sitting next to you, probably a little plate that you just like threw some like little tasty nuggets on or something.
Yeah.
Right. And so now you've got like 4 plates around you, and it's obvious that you've been eating all these plates.
Oh, here's a great tip from my mom. Drop your plate on another table.
Oh, I just push them over to my wife's side of the table. Make it look like she ate.
I've done put the carnage of plates on another table so no one knows it's me.
Yeah. Well, Roker, so whatever. So you and I were at the Rio buffet. I immediately after I go and get all the good stuff immediately. Within 9 minutes, I'm like, oh, my stomach hurts. And I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. This is at the Rio buffet. So I walk in the bathroom. And it's like the doors for the bathroom are kind of confusing. Could you admit that, Roker?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they're right next to each other.
Yeah. And it's not very, I mean, it does, if you really look, of course, you're not going to make the mistake. But I run in the bathroom. Every stall's empty, which is beautiful. So I go to the back stall. I checked every single, because I like when I'm ready to go in, I want to get the cleanest stall. I checked every single stall. I found the one all the way in the corner. So I'm sitting there.
Stall.
Yes, exactly. The
handicap stall.
That's the throne.
Because
and then
it has the most room.
If someone comes in with a wheelchair, then I would jump out immediately.
You would pinch one off
immediately. If you're about to drop, you're not gonna stall.
No, if I see the wheels underneath my stall like pulling up, I'd be like, oh, sorry. There's
even in mid drop.
So you're in the handicap stall, you're dropping a deuce, you see a wheelchair pull up, so you're like, oh no, I gotta get out. So you squeeze that one off.
Yeah.
You get up.
Hurts.
When you open the door, do you like drag your leg behind you so it seems like you've got a disability?
No, I think I would just be like, oh, I didn't even notice this was even though this one's huge and it says handicap.
Oh, you play stupid. Stupid.
So anyways, so I'm just saying I
thought they were all like this. I'm so sorry.
So, oh, by the way, hey, share this podcast right now. Wherever you're watching it right now, here, share it and tell everyone about it because we're back every Tuesday, 3:00, whatever.
Set it and forget it.
So I'm sitting there in the stall, and next to me, I see stockings and red heels. And I'm like, Roker, there's some dude. I think there's a dude in here dressed like a woman. And you're like, oh my God.
You texted me and went, this was right around this time. He goes, what is this? Caitlyn Jenner?
Yeah, I thought Caitlyn.
It was right around that time where Bruce Jenner transitioned. So you're like, what is this? Caitlyn Jenner? And I'm like, where are you? Come on, man.
Yeah. So I'm sitting in there for a long time. And this gentleman with high heels on is sitting next to me. The gentleman gets up and I'm like, Roker, all right. Then I get out, I like open the door and I hear female voices. And I look around the corner and there's 3 women. I'm not out yet. I pop my head out. So then I'm like, oh my God, there's no urinals in here. I'm in the women's bathroom. I didn't realize it, but I'm in the women's bathroom. And then I like kick my legs up because I have like, very manly shoes on.
Very manly shoes.
So I kick my feet up so that they don't see me underneath the stall, unless they thought, oh, this chick has some big feet, She's wearing some Adidas.
It wouldn't be strange.
Some Doc Martens.
Yeah, this girl in here's wearing some big Doc Martens. So then I had to wait it out for like 35 minutes until I didn't hear a voice. And then as soon as I didn't hear one, I looked out and I bolted out of there. And luckily no one saw me.
I can see that.
Now that's not even the issue we're talking about. That was just a separate issue at a separate buffet.
Real quick.
Yeah, that was Friday.
Real quick side
question. We just got there.
Yeah.
As a quick side quest to all those who want to know, if you want to know if Abe is in the bathroom, check his Facebook or Twitter timelines. They're usually like, if he's not in the bathroom, you won't even see a status update updated for maybe 6 or 7 or 8 hours. But if he is in the stall, every 3 minutes, all of a sudden it's just a flood of Abe coming right off.
I'd never noticed that before. I'll have to.
And the more you know, because I was like, okay, so wait a minute. That entire time this guy told me he's going to finish up, I look on Facebook, and there he is with about 9 thoughts that he just shared with me while we were eating together.
So anyways, okay, so that's Friday. Roker and I are at the Rio buffet, which was god awful. I'm like, God, this place sucks, Roker. I if you're going to keep bringing me to these kind of buffets, I'm not going to respect your opinions anymore, right? Because I said I need all you can eat lobster. So then we found the Sterling Brunch Buffet, which may I say?
No, I told you about the Sterling Brunch Buffet. I told you.
Yeah.
I didn't find it. I told you about it. I said it's expensive.
Before
you'll
we
get
go
what
any
you're looking
further,
for.
I'm just happy that Wendy brought this up. She said, Abe, you're going to drop a deuce to make space to eat more food, but you're too embarrassed to have too many plates on your table.
True. You make a good point, Wendy. My compliments to you on that. That's a good point.
That's a good observation.
So, okay,
Not
so
bad.
So, Roker, you're right. You did tell me about the Sterling Brunch Buffet, but I didn't trust you, remember? Because I'm like, I don't believe you now because you already took me. And we went to the Caesars Buffet where you said there was all you can eat lobster, and they said you had to pay like $50 for a lobster extra, remember?
I don't think you have to pay extra, but it's an expensive buffet, that buffet at Caesar's Palace. And you didn't like the small plates.
That's right.
Because they give you like small plates there.
Actually, you know what? That is annoying, and that's something that they do with the Fogo that I noticed. The lunch or the salad plates were really, really big, but the one they give you for the meats was like almost like a saucer plate.
Well, you could put it on the salad plate. What are you, new?
I know, but you don't want to be that guy with 3.
What do you mean you don't want to be that guy? I go and get a plate.
Here we go again. It's funny that there's one thing that is crossing the line for both of these guys. It's like, oh, you don't want to be the guy to. You don't want to be a guy to put,
Exactly.
Well, again, if I go with Abe, then there's no shame. If I go out with my wife on a Saturday night, and I'm saying here, babe, check out, watch something special. It's a little embarrassing for that kind of a night. You're trying to not to be too disgusting, but with Abe, then we can just throw it all out.
Immediately we
throw it out the window.
We take those little coffee cup plates and throw them to the center. We go get big plates set up and say, all right, let's go. Let's roll. Anyway, so Roker, I'm not trusting you at this point, right? Because you screwed me over with the Rio buffet, the Caesars buffet. We paid like $75. Wow. And when you go with Roker to Vegas, he forces you to buy the fast pass to every buffet at Caesars.
I never knew they had that.
No, I only did that. I did that. I may have done that with you that time because I knew that we'd be able to take advantage of it.
Well, you forced me to do that.
Eat 4 buffets in 24 hours. But I knew we could. So that's why I ended up getting their little. They have for their Caesars properties, and you buy one and it's good for 24 hours.
That's right. Pretty awesome, though.
It is if you use it 3 times.
If you're over by Paris and you want to hop in, grab something to eat, boom, go to that buffet. If you're closer to
Roker,
whatever.
I just remembered.
You love those plates in Paris.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We went to that buffet on that trip too, so we must have went to 5 buffets on that one trip. Because I know we went to.
Roker comes in handy with stuff like that. I'm telling you,
Roker, my compliments.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so we're at the. So we walk into the Sterling buffet. It's over. There was a Bears game on. It was a Sunday. It's a Sunday brunch.
And they lost.
That's right, and it's like $110 or something. All you can eat lobster. We walked in. I kicked it off with 3 huge lobster tails with 3 huge cups of butter, and I was eating them like chicken fingers. Remember?
And these were the biggest lobster tails I had ever seen. I can't afford. I'm used to when Jewel has lobster tails on sale for like Mother's Day or something, Valentine's Day.
And it's like 6 ounces.
And they're not even. So they're like 4-ounce lobster tails, right? These were gigantic.
Yes.
They were huge.
Massive.
And he fills his plate with them. Fills it. I'm not even back to the table yet. I'm still, looking at the lay of the land going, oh, that looks so good. Oh, those potatoes au gratin look so good, but I can't because it's.
Oh, Roker, that's another thing you do. You have to scan the whole scene. Like you do like a check, like as if someone's going into a room filled with asbestos and you have to check every little corner. Like you're like, oh, there's some. So you check the whole buffet. I'm already 3 lobster tails in when you sit down.
Because Abe, in traditional Abe way, he plays king of the hill with no matter what it is in life. If there's one thing that he likes and it's the best of it, he has to have all of it and nothing else but that. So therefore, if he sees lobster tail, that's the king of the hill.
That's
He's
it.
Get
that's
3
it.
plates full of it and not feel ashamed.
So
I ain't mad at you.
So Roker, you were in the middle of eating like I don't know, like some like lobster bisque or something. I can't remember what you were doing.
I had lobster tail, I had king crab legs, and I had shrimp.
Oh, that was watching you eat those king. I can't stand watching anyone eat king crab legs because all the meat's all over their hands. It's sick.
Crab legs are a lot of work.
There's a lot that goes into eating crab legs.
Yeah,
a lot of work.
Nobody.
So anyway, it's kind of like getting into a pair of panties. Is kind of like a lot of work. It's worth it. The payoff is worth it, but
that's right.
Not always with the crab legs though.
Roker needs to keep buying drinks. He has to give them shots. Like he has to make sure that
the crab legs shots to get into them.
He has to make sure that Rob, the hot fireman, blew her off and didn't text her at 3 a.m. At 3:05, he has to slide in. Yo, so you want some?
I just like the fat crab legs too. I like the skinny one.
That just gave me a flashback of when we would be at like a bar and you would get like bottle service, and then all the hot girls you would kick them out, and then all like the chubby girls you'd be like, "Come on in here, baby, it's free."
Or the hot ones,
he would charge them. He's like, "That'll be $60 each."
You guys owe $60, but not for you, baby.
Yeah, and then the one girl,
not tab tonight.
Yeah, the one he doesn't charge, and the 3 hot ones, he's like $60 each. They're like, "Oh my god, what is this?" Oh, so Roker, back to the buffet. So I eat the first.
Right. Let's go slam Roker real quick. Oh yeah, now back to the buffet.
So now back to regular scheduled programming.
So I eat the first 3 lobster tails. It was the most delicious, probably one of the most delicious things I've ever had in my life. Right. Then I go back, get 3 more. Now we're at 6 lobster tails. That's my $100.
These are like 10-ounce lobster tails. These are huge lobster tails.
And I was eating them in 2 bites each one.
That is unbelievable.
The gluttony, because you're never. When would you ever be in a position where you could eat lobster like that? Like normally, it's like you're eating it real slow, savoring it. No, not in this case.
Well, I will say this, Abe, and this will take it off of different side courses. I'm sure you don't want to go yet, but when you and I went to go visit the Howard Stern show, when we went to the Christmas party.
Oh, name drop.
The very first time we went there, they had lobster tails and
but not like these.
I know, but the first time you and I were there, they had lobster tails, they had burgers, steak, sushi.
Yeah.
And because we were the new people there, we really did not take advantage of it.
That's right.
And fast forward to the 3rd time we were there, I don't think we even said hi to Howard. We just went straight to the lobster tails.
Yeah, but these let me explain to you that those lobster tails were nothing compared to the ones Roker and I had. Nothing.
They were that big, huh?
They're so big I even had forgotten that we had lobster tails at that party. Put it that way. These were the greatest. Roker, you could, like you said, they're the best lobster tails you've ever seen, and they were all you can eat. So I had 6. So after 6 of those, I think I had some lobster bisque, I had some filet mignon, some lamb. I had everything. I'm like, I did this thing again. Oh god.
The famous move.
Oh god, my stomach. Oh no. So then I barely made it to this time I actually did go into the men's bathroom. Every stall was full. So I had to sit there and wait for these disgusting casino people in bathrooms.
They're disgusting.
They are sick. So I had to sit there. Then I have to walk into a disgusting used bathroom. So I can't just walk in and take care of things. I had to go in there, wait it out for like everything to like kind of air out. Then I'm in there for what, like 45 minutes or an hour.
An hour.
You were in there for about 45 minutes at least.
And then
Came
Roker's
back.
like, yeah.
I texted you. You came back. I said, dude, we need to pay the bill. It's like you came back. You came back, put some money on the table, and walked back out and went back to the bathroom.
And then
I stumbled out
yeah.
and sat at a slot machine near the bathroom waiting for you to come out. And nope, that's not him. Not him. Nope, that's not him. Nope, not him. So he's in there for another 20 minutes.
It was more than that.
And then we had to walk. So we're both stuffed to the gills. And now we've got to walk from Bally's to Planet Hollywood where we're staying. And it's Vegas. So it's like 90 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And that was like the longest walk I've ever taken in my life.
Do you remember? So there was like a column, I remember, and you held it. You're like, go ahead, leave me behind. That's what you said.
Just go.
You're like, I'm not going to make it. Just go. I'm like, no, Roker, I'm going to wait let's go back together. So then, okay.
Literally hugging the walls. Yeah. Hugging the walls to get out of the building. It was that bad. It was so miserable.
So we go back to the room. Roker immediately strips down to like boxers that have a huge hole in them, like right in the crotch area.
Well, that's where the pee-pee comes out. Now you're wearing panties, bro. That's where men's shorts have holes in the front.
Not one that was like bitten, like open, like moth bites of a hole from moths. That's what that looked like to me. That didn't look like the fly of you.
It might have been like a side ball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so Roker, you're wearing the boxers and then you just walk into the hallway and buy like 7 Gatorades.
They had Gatorade in the hallway.
He bought like 7 and he walks in the hallway like that with the boxers with the big hole in them.
Hey, it's Vegas, baby. Everybody gets
I was still hungover from the night before.
Everybody gets a show.
And then so I start watching Survivor Series on my phone on the WWE network. And then Roker, only like a couple hours later, is like, hey, you want to go get some dinner? I'm like, what? And then he went to the place with the lettuce wraps. What's that place called?
Flat Top?
No, that Chinese place.
No. Like PF Chang's. There's a PF Chang's.
Yeah.
So I went to PF Chang's, went downstairs, and they have wonton soup.
That's right. Wonton soup.
Of course.
This huge bowl of wonton soup with extra wontons. Come back upstairs to the room. By the way, it's 6 in the afternoon at this point in Vegas.
Yeah.
And it's sunny outside. The curtains are completely drawn. The room is dark.
And it's 52 degrees in the room.
And the air conditioning is on full blast.
Yeah.
Right. Come back into the room, and Abe has ordered room service. He couldn't breathe earlier. He busted my balls for going downstairs and getting wonton soup. And he orders like pancakes, sausage. You ordered like 2 breakfasts.
No, I got a burger and pancakes.
A burger. So he did a little
that is
bang
an
bang.
interesting order. That's an interesting order.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it turned out we were both disgusting in that situation. So Roker, I do apologize for earlier making those comments about you. I'd like to publicly apologize.
Accepted. Apologies.
Hey, Roger, like I said, take everyone's word. It doesn't come often in this podcast.
No, that means it's really worth something.
Oh,
yeah. It's like when your father tells you he loves you or something. Yeah, I mean, it's like, yep, exactly.
Well, guys, we're coming close. We're not all the way at the end yet. We're coming close. There's 2 last things before we get to the most disgusting meal that we had. I do want to mention one thing. So I just realized this is my 20th year in radio, and Roker, you and I first bonded, I believe, in like my first year in radio over that burger at Shamrock's that I offered you a bite of. Do you remember that?
That was, I want to say it was St. Pat. No, it was
It was St.
opening
Patrick's.
day?
It was
It was I think it was opening day.
I think it was St. Patrick's Day because it was a live broadcast for, I believe, for St. Patrick's Day.
Well, we had left. Sledge was doing a live broadcast at Harry Carey's.
That's right.
We left time, and that's why I was thinking it was. That's why I was thinking it was opening day, because if it were St. Patrick's Day, Shamrock Club would have been people flowing out the door. So I think it was opening day. And so we left there, went to Kiefer's, got kicked out of Kiefer's, and then I was trying to like drop Jimmy DeCastro's name. We got kicked out of Kiefer's. Went to Shamrock's, where he got himself a Shamrock burger, and to this day, their burgers are huge. You can go there in the afternoon. They still have lunch specials where it's like a burger, fries, and a beer for like $10.
This is the place across the street from the Merchandise Mart. It's on Kinsey and Wells.
On Kinsey.
Right off Wells and Kinsey.
And so he asks he gets a burger with extra mayo, of course. This is the first time I'd ever seen the extra mayo phenomenon with Abe.
Oh, it was almost that first time you go out with Abe and you realize the amount of mayo, it is a culture shock.
It was these eyes have seen a lot of things. And a lot of things. And that side I will never forget. And he takes a bite out of it. And it's like he's eating a Juicy Lucy full of mayonnaise. It comes oozing out the backside. It just comes oozing out like nonstop. I'm like, how much mayo do you have on that thing? Oh, I love mayo. Always get extra mayo, bro. Always get extra mayo.
Always get extra mayo, yeah. Like if Abe had a dating profile, the underneath his name would just be always got to get extra mayo, and that would be
That's right. That's right. And he was so pleased because they actually gave him extra mayo. It wasn't like packets or
No, this was nice. This was done properly.
It's a full lather.
Can I just say too, when I order extra mayo, could you put extra mayo on? Like, there's a lot of these guys at these places where they'll just go like one little squib of mayo. It's like, hey, I said extra mayo. Can I please have extra? Like, that's what I want.
Because Abe, in all honesty, when most people say they want extra mayo, there is a such thing as too much mayo, and they've ruined the meal. With you, they don't know that they could swing for the fences and still get a pretty good tip.
He's the way I am with cheese. Like my wife will be making something with cheese, or she'll be making macaroni and cheese or whatever. And I always tell her, when you think you've added enough cheese, add more cheese. That's what I'm talking about when I say I want extra cheese. When you think that you've put extra cheese on it, put more cheese on it. That's extra cheese for me. That's how he is with mayo.
Lovely.
Yeah. Well, let's get to
shame.
The most shameful meal that we each had this week. Who wants to kick this off?
Shame.
I'll go first. Shame. We had some. I discovered that the Harold's Chicken in Hyde Park, which I hadn't been to in years.
That's supposed to be the best one, right?
Well, I hadn't been to it in years because the chickens were like small, the wings were like pigeon wings are real small. And then mystery pieces and stuff. So
allow me to set it up a little bit for people that aren't from Chicago. Harold's Chicken is a giant chain of fried chicken places, and not all of them are the same. It's not like you can go to a Subway and get the same sandwich over and over again. Some Harold's Chickens are really good, and some are terrible.
Correct. That is their biggest. I've read articles with the owner's daughter about this, and that's their biggest problem is the consistency from restaurant to restaurant.
And there are Reddit articles dedicated to like the power rankings of which Harold you should go to if you're gonna make the journey.
Yes. So they ended up having a $5 dark. I'm like, oh, awesome.
Wait, what does that mean? Like 2 pieces of dark?
No, a dark half. So that would mean two drumsticks and 2 thighs, plus fries, bread, white
for $5?
bread.
$5?
$5.
So let me guess, you got 4 to 5 of them, right?
Well, I ended up got something for dinner on Sunday, and I was like, well, buy 3 of them. There's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, buy 3 half chickens for because after I'm done with this one, I'm gonna want some more. And it's only $15. And that includes tax, by the way. The $5 includes tax.
What?
Yeah, that you get all at once. That's not a bad job.
Dude, I've already had it twice this last week. Already had it twice.
And is that deal still going on?
It's still going on. It is Sunday through Wednesday.
Oh my God.
Half dark, $5.
Is brought to you
And
by
the pieces were huge.
Exactly.
The pieces were huge. They aren't doing pigeon wings anymore. They aren't doing mystery meat. They were huge and they were tasty. Hot, mild salt and pepper. The mild sauce, which is their barbecue sauce at Harold's, is legendary.
The mild sauce is legendary.
And so now you've got the chicken, and it's got barbecue sauce on it. It's got hot sauce. Your fries are drenched in barbecue sauce, hot sauce, salt, pepper. You've got your bread. You take the slaw and you make a little bread sandwich, kind of as your dessert. So you got a couple of bread sandwiches at the end. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. $5.
Shame.
It's funny. So this is supposed to be a shameful segment, and he's walking away with his head held higher than he has the entire time.
High.
I will say this: back when I was working at the NBC Tower, and during the week they do have food trucks over there, and they had a Harold's chicken, and I went there at the very end, and the guy was like, "We're about to close, but we have some chicken left." I go, "What if I give you a $20 bill?" And the guy gave me 3 garbage bags full of the rest of the chicken and the French fries.
Well, that's my move from 15 years ago. That was my move at KFC. I went up to the drive-thru and it was 10:59. They closed at 11. I said, "How much for everything you have left?" He said, $20. I'm like, cool. So I just took everything. That's a move. That's a move.
It's so good.
I invented that move. That's mine.
It's a good move.
I don't know if
it's a good move.
You go when they're about to close and you just say, "Hey, whatever you're going to throw." Now, there's always a guy like me working there, though, that's just hoping to get stuff to take home at the end of the night.
Oh, God.
So he's not just going to give you everything. But if you have some skinny guy, he doesn't care. The guy who's actually...
You got a skinny guy who's like trying to get the hell out of there.
So Roker, you had, what, 6 pieces of chicken, 2...
Dude, I did that at Einstein's Bagels.
How did
they
that
just
work?
Gave me all the rest of their bagels. They were about to close. They just gave me all the rest of their bagels.
Just for free?
Just take them. Free. Just take them.
Damn. Oh, wait. Roker, isn't it your move, too, where you go to pizza places and you ask them for the pizzas that didn't get delivered? Isn't that you who said that?
Got the pizzas nobody picked up?
Wait, there's such a thing?
I got a cheese, sausage, and green pepper.
Wait, there is such a thing?
I'll take it. Oh, absolutely.
It's Roker's thing. He created that.
Tell me this move. I've never heard of this.
Yeah, Roker, please explain that to base really quick.
Okay, so I'd be coming home from a bar or whatever. It would be late night. I want to eat something now. I don't want to order a pizza and then have to wait 30 minutes for the pizza, right? But oftentimes that pizza place is the only thing that's open. And there are no like Mexican restaurants on the south side, where you can go in and get a burrito or something. So they go into the pizza place, go, "You got any pizzas nobody picked up?" And you're like, yeah, I got a cheese, sausage, and green pepper.
I've never heard of this.
I'll give you $10 for it. Sure. You go big extra large pizza that normally would have been $27, and it's still hot.
I'll give you $10.
Hey, if you laugh, that's mind blowing. That's actually pretty good.
That's a wonderful tip. That's one of my
I've been
favorites.
doing that one for years.
Man.
And by the way, I don't know where on the south side you're going where you can't find a burrito joint, because that's the only things that are open around this place.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about Hyde Park South. Hyde Park, Stony Island,
South on Lakeshore Drive, south.
That kind of stuff. Yeah.
So
I'm not talking about like ghetto South, super ghetto South. I'm talking about sort of ghetto South.
So Roker, your shameful meal was for the one meal was about 6 pieces of chicken, 2 mounds of fries, 2 things of coleslaw.
8 pieces of chicken.
You ate them all in one sitting?
That'd be 8 pieces of chicken.
Oh my God.
And once again, head held high. Head held high.
$10.
High as it goes.
Yeah.
For those 2.
That's a great
move. Why
not?
Though.
That's a great move.
Yeah. I mean, I could eat chicken thighs. Like, I could eat 8 chicken thighs, I'm sure, if I really wanted to. So
I love the chicken thighs. Chicken thighs are moist.
The thigh is the best piece by far. I'll take a thigh over any other piece.
And a pretty decent sized chicken leg can go a long way.
All right, Base, we're running out of time here. Tell me the meal that you're most ashamed of from this past week.
Well, mine is it may not be as epic as what Roker was able to take down in one sitting, but mine coming off a night of Fogo, because again, my body's not used to eating a Fogo de Chao proportions anymore.
Oh, that's right. Because Base is known for eating so healthy. That's right.
I mean, just because we've all been quarantined and sitting indoors for most of it.
Most of us been eating more indoors.
I don't get to do as much buffet eating, so I was still.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
I was still pretty full from the night before after a night of Fogo de Chao, and then when we woke up, my son was at his aunt's house, and the wife and I decided to go to breakfast, and I just started ordering like it was no problem. Let me get some chicken wings. I'll get a skillet,
nice
French toast, and the pancakes. The cinnamon roll pancakes.
Wait, French toast, a skillet, pancakes, and what was the other thing? Wings.
The appetizer was chicken wings.
Oh my God! Wait, wow. this is worse than. Wait, Base. Tell me that again.
And I was still grossly full from the night before.
Base, tell me that slowly again. Go over that list of food.
8 pieces of chicken wings.
Shame.
A meat lover skillet.
Shame.
With the upcharge of pancakes, cinnamon roll, and an extra order of French toast.
Oh my God.
Shame.
Oh my God.
The head does not go higher on this one. This one is, I got no deal on this.
Shame.
This is just stupid.
Hey, Paul asking a great question. Did any of you eat healthy as kids? Of course we didn't, Paul. You think any of us ate healthy as kids? You know the answer to that question.
This show has been seasoned to perfection for years, buddy.
I don't even have to ask Base and Roker if they ate healthy as kids. The answer is no. I know I didn't, and I'm sure they didn't. There's no way they ate healthy as kids.
One of my fondest memories is me and my dad going to Harold's Chicken.
Let me say this. Every day that I eat, I start off healthy. I start off with a 20-ounce glass of water, some oatmeal, and blueberries.
Damn.
By the time I've gotten to dinner, there was probably no need for me to eat any of that stuff for breakfast.
Exactly. No, I was eating 99-cent Whoppers when I was like 10. I was eating 2 to 3 foot long subs from some. I've been eating like whatever. When I used to play basketball for hours a day. Everyone else would get Gatorade. I would get a 2-liter of RC.
That sounds painful.
I don't know what. I used to love RC when I was a kid.
I know, but when you're really, really hot and you're slamming drinks after a game of basketball, and that caffeine kickback would hurt.
Yeah. So, okay. And then we're going to decide who the biggest slob of the week was. Okay. I'm sorry, Roker. I think Base is winning right now.
No,
Roker's was epically awesome. That's not.
There you go. How about that? I'm out of it. I'm out of it. I'm not even in the conversation anymore.
Wait, Roker, let's see who finishes second.
I concede.
Well, hold on, extra mayo. I'm hoping you're going to pitch in one of yourself here.
Well, I'm about to. So, okay, so here's mine. Okay, first of all, I was starving and I had nothing to eat in the house. So here's what I did. I saw 3 Vienna beef hot dogs. I saw 5 slices of cheddar cheese. Okay. I took so when you guys make your Vienna beef hot dogs on a frying pan, do you cut the slits in the hot dogs?
I have never made myself a hot dog in my house, probably in about 20 years since college.
I put the hot dogs in the air fryer now.
Ooh.
It's great. It's great for sausage.
Someone was asking earlier about the air fryer. Actually, who was that? Who was it? I don't know. I lost.
Air fryer is a game changer.
There's too many comments, but someone was asking earlier who who uses an air fryer? And the answer is Roker. So what I do is I cut slits in the hot dogs so you get that char deliciousness. You ever have that?
Right, right.
Okay, so there's 3 hot dogs, 5 pieces of cheddar cheese. I took 2 hamburger buns. I covered both sides of the bread with butter. I put the hot dogs on the pan. With the hot dog grease, I took the buttered buns, put them on the pan. I cut one of the hot dogs in half. Then I took the 5 slices of cheese and I put 2.5 on each, like made them almost like grilled cheese. And then I took 2.5 hot dogs and put them on each hamburger bun. So it was 2.5 pieces of cheese, 2.5 hot dogs per bun. And I made these delicious hot dog, cheddar, grilled cheese sandwiches.
Grilled cheese sandwiches with a hamburger bun.
Now, I was planning on dipping them in mayo, but it wasn't even necessary. Could you believe that?
I'll say the butter, the cheese, and the hot dog alone would do it for you.
I was gonna dip them in mayo. I had the mayo out, and I'm like, you know what? This is good as is. Then I paired it with flaming hot Frito-Lay chips.
Wow.
So
I always put cheese on my hot dogs when I make them at home.
Me too. It's a pro move. But okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and vote for. I'm gonna be fair. I think base was the biggest slob of the week. Even though
Abe, you've yet to bring up one that none of you guys brought anything up that was actually shameful.
Well,
what I did was I was embarrassed to even talk about it.
Hang on, Base.
Delicious
Wait, Base, maybe you didn't hear what I said.
Shame.
I took 3 Vietnamese hot dogs, took 5 pieces of cheese, buttered bread, put it all in the hot dog grease, and made it into one disgusting concoction.
Abe, that was probably
that doesn't sound too out. That doesn't sound that out of the ordinary.
Abe, that sounded like the appetizer I had.
Yeah, exactly. Like Oscar Mayer hot dogs, they come in that 2-pack.
Well, Base,
shame.
You are the slob of the week.
You take 5 hot dogs out and you put them in. That's one. That's for one person.
That's true. That's a good point. But I usually put mayo.
Slob of the week is me, baby.
That's right. The slob of the week this week is Base. My compliments to you, Base. When I heard Roker's description, when I heard Roker, I already knew I lost. Because Roker's was amazing. 8 pieces of chicken, 2 pounds of fries, a pound of coleslaw.
Yeah, Roker's was just an amazing food hack.
Yeah, see, the problem with mine was that I ate it at home. So if I was on the road like you guys, I could have got a better meal.
Well, see, I like to eat it at home. I very rarely will I eat in a restaurant because you can't eat comfortable in a restaurant.
Yeah.
You can eat comfortable at home.
What restaurant it is. If you're going to a diner where I went and took all this down, nobody was judging me.
Well, you guys know I like to eat fast food with my shirt off. I've mentioned that a million times. It's just easier. You don't get smells on your food. I know, Roker, I know you like to eat almost naked.
Pants.
If you're going to bring it home, it is of the utmost importance that you're as comfortable as can be. The right TV show is on, and all the elements are perfect.
John has a heartwarming memory with his father. My dad used to take me to El Farrell in Summit. Summit has the best burritos at 2 a.m. When I was 14. It was glorious.
John, I used to go to El Famous, which is right across the street.
Oh, delicious.
From El Farrell. And then one day it was like closed or whatever. I'm like, let me go to El Farrell. And I've been going to El Farrell ever since. I was there a few weeks ago. I wasn't there a few weeks ago. I had some a few weeks ago. Dude, on Sundays, they have pozole. On the weekends, they have pozole.
Oh.
And it comes like in a bucket. And it's like $12. If you went to Mariano's and got $12 worth of soup, you'd get that little thing.
Yeah.
This is like and it's got huge chunks of pork in it and stuff like that. It's unbelievable.
Man.
And of course, huge burritos and stuff like that. Solid.
Man. Yeah. So a nice heartwarming memory. Like I said, I would eat 99-cent Whoppers my whole life. Like I grew up on 99-cent Whoppers.
I still shake my head every time I see an Arby's commercial and it's not 5 for $5. Like anytime it's not like if a Subway commercial comes on and it's not $5 footlongs, I'm like, this is bullshit. It's like Arby's isn't 5 for $5. I'm like,
yeah.
Arby's is starting 2 for $6.
Yeah, 2 for $6.
It used to be 5 for $5.
But the problem is with the Subway the $5 footlongs, you go in there now and you're like, oh, let me get the Subway melt. They're like, that one's not on the list.
Yeah, it's only the cold cut combo on there today.
Only Italian cold cut combo and tuna.
Now a lot of local Subways, if you find a local Subway, a lot of them will end up having buy one, get one frees on either Sunday or late night, like after dinner hours, like 8 o'clock
that's correct.
close or something like that. You just got to find the right one.
But Roker, we got to wrap up. We've hit the end of the show. But Roker,
hold on one second. My wife is asked. Sure.
What's she asking you?
She was asking me if I wanted more cookies from Aldi.
I love Aldi. I love
Swear
Aldi.
to God.
Well, hey, before
we just discovered it. We'll have to talk about that one day.
Yeah, let's talk about that next week. Hey, 3:00 on a Tuesday. How about let's talk about it then?
I like it.
We'll kick off the show tomorrow with that story. Hey, so if you're watching this, share it if you can. Share it with someone. Let them know about the SLOB show. And of course, that's where most people listen, is on the actual podcast. Subscribe, share, comment, rate, do all that. And then, we need 1 million views. That's how this podcast will make the kind of money we need. We need 1 million subscribers.
It's a bit of a homework project for all of you, but we can get there together.
Hey, we get to 1 million. We're close right now.
You tell 2 friends, and you tell 2 friends, and so on. And
you know what,
so
Roker?
on,
hey, no, it's actually tell 3 friends. The tell 3 friends rule.
Ah, gotcha. I was going by that old commercial. Probably before your time.
So, hey,
before I never knew that was a commercial thing. I thought that was from Wayne's World.
Guys, before we wrap this up, everyone who listens to this podcast should also subscribe to both of your podcasts. How could they do that for you two gentlemen?
You can find me. I have my own podcast called LevyCast, and I also do a podcast with former Major League Baseball player Brett Boone called the Brett Boone Podcast.
Don't worry about his. We're talking about you right now.
I'm on that one.
Brett Boone's, I was going to ask you, is that Brett Boone's bobblehead behind you?
No, that's a Fogo de Chao bobblehead, by the way.
Oh my God, you got a Fogo de Chao.
What is a Fogo de Chao bobblehead?
What is a dude. Push that up more, base. Push it. That's a dude with the steak.
That is it.
That's awesome. How did you get that?
Them. It's my favorite restaurant. I love that place.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome. Roker, how do we get your podcast?
Talk about burying the lead. Roker Radio.
Well, actually, even he was ashamed of my order, so I'm surprised he's still over there.
Roker Radio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on social media, check me out at Al Roker Jr.
Me want cookie. From
Aldi.
Cookie from Aldi. You know, I only bought this for Base's son,
and he still loves it. He still loves it.
I was going to say, you don't have any children, so it's a little odd that you have a Cookie Monster doll.
How creepy
I was going to ask why you have a Cookie Monster doll.
Because Base's son.
What are you Matt Gates? What are you doing with a doll?
Base's son, my guy DJ, he loves my Cookie Monster. Me want cookie. Gotcha. DJ, hope you're a good boy.
He goes, you don't have any children.
So I had to buy this Cookie Monster just to make it, he doesn't want to, because I'm like, hey, Cookie Monster's here. And then I needed a visual to go with it. So
hey, he loves it. He
still
loves
it. The day that he's too old for that.
Then I'm just some molester.
He was going to be so devastated.
I'll find another kid. I'll find some other kid. All right, gentlemen. We'll be back probably Tuesday at 3:00, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's the plan.
Hey, this is like was it Stan Musial? Who has the hit record? Is it Stan Musial, right? With the hit record?
Pete Rose.
No, the most hits in a row. In consecutive games.
No, it's
Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio. When I say Stan Musial, Jesus Christ.
Stan Musial.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Joe DiMaggio, we're 2 in a row. Let's go for 3. That's all we can do.
Right now we're like in Tim Anderson territory right now.
Exactly.
2 hits in a row.
All right, fellas. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Peace.
Cookie Monster says bye too.
Cookie Monster.